Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Episode 11 of the DCL podcast. Today, I am joined by the 1994 Big Ten Freshman of the Year at the University of Iowa, a two-time All Big Ten selection, good enough to land him in the 32nd round of the 1996 MLB draft, selected by the Minnesota Twins. From then, he's enjoyed a 24-year coaching career with stops across the collegiate level. He's coached in the Northwoods, and he's even coached in the DCL before this season. Today, I am joined by the 2025 head coach of the Waukesha Foxes, C.J. Thieleke. C.J., thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, happy to be with you, Rhys.
So, C.J., just first up, I kind of covered quite a few of the bases, but if you could just give a little bit more of an in-depth, talking about your career in baseball as a player, as a coach, and then, just a little bit about yourself as well.
I've been going to the park ever since I can remember. So that takes me back to the moment I could ride my bike and find a baseball game. So that's kind of been my path ever since I was a kid. So I just have been in good situations and have worked for some really coaches that will be Hall of Famers. Some are already are. But with that being said, it's just been the love of play ball, and if there's a game, I'm going to try to be around it and try to help those that are playing it.
So your most recent stop, you spent last year as a volunteer assistant coach at UW Parkside. What kinds of things has that experience, is there anything different you've garnered from that experience as opposed to, some of your other stops in your career?
Well, first of all, Division II, the landscape of Division II was foreign to me. What we took over at Parkside was a chore. In under Zach's leadership, Zach Charbonneau, we've just tried to do what we do, and that's just involve ourselves with the process of learning and playing this game and the fundamentals of what are successful at a junior college level, independent level. They're the same, but catch the ball, throw the ball. Those fundamentals have always been important. So as far as applying that to a new program, it's just jump in and adapt to what's going on around you. And what we have found is it's highly competitive. The Division II level in the Midwest this past spring speaks for itself. And Parkside's right in there and mixing it up with some of the best teams, and that's proof to what we're doing. And the Dairyland is really played a role in that, is in the fact that it's allowed me to just get familiar with the junior college kids and the high school seniors, and you can go to a game and watch a high school senior, but if you get the opportunity to actually be in the dugout with that player, it's a lot different than being in the bleachers. So those experiences and seeing what kind of level of player that is going to fit for us at the Division II level, I get to see that on a day-by-day basis in the DCL, and that just allows you to continue to keep what you're looking for in players, right in front of you.
So you mentioned a little bit there about the DCL. So just to back up a little bit, in 2022, you were the coach of the River Rats. So how exactly did you find out about the DCL?
It was after COVID. I've been in the Northwoods League. The Northwoods League is a commitment in itself. The travel, I did it for a long time. It's fun. It's part of the process. I was looking for something that would allow me to not be committed on a completely day by day basis, but still be able to find a niche in the DCL with the high school seniors, allowing them to get out and play against kids that are a little bit stronger, a little bit more physical. It's always been the process of helping college baseball in general. And this in this league is finding itself a niche in what it can do and what it can provide. And it's just a billboard. Chase, previous owner, had a billboard up and saw it and thought to myself, hey, that's good marketing right there. And it worked to find a coach.
So what brings you back for the 2025 season? Because there was a couple year stretch there where you were dormant in the DCL. So what brings you back now as the head coach of the Foxes?
Well, nothing's been dormant. This will be my fourth consecutive summer. The Foxes are always young, high school seniors. It's tough to get off to a good start with graduation parties and all other things that get crammed into a short period of time there. But I do like, getting them right after their high school season. If they're committed to play right after that portion of their season, that the kid is committed to getting on campus and giving himself his best opportunity to make an impact in the fall. And your first fall on campus is important, and that's stress to the Foxes. And the kids that want to make that commitment to doing that, that it's made for. It's tough to get competitive, and I'm as competitive as anyone. So when it's sixth, seventh, eighth inning, I'm trying to figure out a way to win the game. But as we know, you need the horses to be in the back end of that bullpen, and when your numbers aren't there, you just gotta get through it. But there's times when the Foxes can be as good as anybody in the league. Sometimes that's dependent on who's there. But that's baseball. You play with what you have, and you go from there.
So like I mentioned, you've coached all over. What do those experiences kind of culminate in what you bring to the table as a coach in the DCL?
I mean, we're going to scratch where it itches when it comes to offensively. We might drag bunt with 2 outs with the runner on third. So I think my impact wherever I've been is like I've said, it's catch the ball, throw the ball, be as competitive as you can be as a hitter, and then play to your personality. And hopefully my personality is upbeat and to the point where it can be infectious on the players. But we're trying to just provide an opportunity to play. These kids are all coming off exit meetings, or in some of their cases, it's fresh off a high school season. So what's in front of them, they know what some weaknesses are, and in a lot of cases, coaches have sent players off with specific instructions on, hey, this is what you're looking to do. So a lot of times that can be base running, that can be your double play. If you're a middle infielder, maybe we want to see you at second base. Can you? So you're trying to cater to the individual needs of what the player's instructions are when they're sent out for the summer.
Is there anything specific that you're looking to take from this season, whether that be on a personal level or as a team level with the Foxes?
Well, it's always on a connection. You're always learning as a coach. So it's every connection you have with a player is an opportunity to learn from that experience. It's cliche, but we're trying to give the player the best opportunity he can to impact the game and be a winning player. And that's not just at 6:30 or 7 o'clock. That process is worked on in the summer. It becomes a little bit individualized, but each player has to invest enough off the field if he's going to look to see or even reach what those expectations are, individually or from a coaching staff that wants to see the player grow throughout the summer.
So looking over the Foxes roster, like you mentioned, there's a lot of young players. There's a few returners. Is there anyone who kind of sticks out to you when you look over your rosters? Is there anyone who sticks out to you as someone who the fans and the media should keep an eye out for this summer?
Well, I mean, specifically in baseball, for me, the teams that win, it starts behind the plate. Just like in a football team, it starts with the center. So we're excited to be able to bring back Joey Logano. Joey's going to be a fan favorite for whatever team he's playing for, just because that uniform will be dirty at the end of the night. You'll be able to feel his impact as far as just it's a pitch by pitch committed catcher. So that's the first thing you got to feel good about as a manager is that you're good behind the plate, and he won't want days off. So when you have a position and a returner right there, it feels good that you can put that C on his chest and turn a lot of things over to Joey. Creech Slattery's back. Again, an athlete that can play anywhere, so that allows a manager some flexibility in the summer. He knows exactly what's we're looking to do, and he'll lead from day one. So those are two guys that we're excited to have back. We'll have a couple. We have Sammy Polyak, who's in the World Series with Whitewater. So he's a guy to bring back on the mound and expect, when he's out there, he'll give you 5 innings and he'll compete. And it's fun with the returning guys just to see their growth and to see what they've added to their game and in a year's time, and a lot changes in a year. So it's exciting to be able to have some guys back, but again, it's about developing those new relationships, and you never know in the game of baseball who you might be connected to, and those relationships can grow all the time.
So my last question for you, I always like to leave these off on a bit of an open ender. Is there anything else that you wish to say either about yourself or about the Dairyland Collegiate League?
Oh, I just think, as far as, myself is just, show up with a smile on your face and understand that it's about being really, really committed to today, and let's try to do the best we can at being present and doing that. So I really enjoy the schedule. As far as we're not taxing these guys, but we're never away from them too long. And that's important. You've got to get out there and play, but you also have to, be able to, grow in the summer off the field too. And the Dairyland allows you to do that. It's got so many quality programs, and I could go on and on and on, and I'd leave coaches and programs out, but there's so many of them near Southeast Wisconsin, right in our little niche, our corner, that the game is going to grow because the league understands it's about the players. And if you can put the players first and they feel that, you're going to get the best out of them. So that's exciting going forward, that knowing that's the focus from the top. And as long as those things that continue to align, it's going to continue to grow.
All right, CJ, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time. The Foxes open up their season 1 week from today. They will welcome the Cheese Kings into their home ballpark starting at 6 p.m. for first pitch. I repeat, we are 1 week away from opening day. CJ, again, I thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you guys next week here on the DCL Pod.